Good scan.
What is a selection?
What are layers?
What is resolution?
What is a JPEG?
What is TIFF?
What is RGB?
How do I crop a picture?
What is a zoom tool?
What is a clone stamp?
What are levels?
My name is Eric Basir, and I have produced this unique photo restoration and retouching foundations video course to answer all these questions and more. In my classes and workshops, I have taught hundreds how to preserve and restore their personal photographic collections with Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Photoshop Elements. Now you can have me as your personal instructor in this 10-lesson course. After studying the videos and easy-to-read workbook, you'll finish with a firm foundation of how to use Adobe Photoshop or any other photo editing program confidently and correctly. Greetings. Welcome once again to another edition of this fine show. We're hoping that you're enjoying every show, and for all of our on-demand viewers, and I hear we have quite a few. I know sometimes it's a little early in the morning or late at night, depending where you live in the world, on the planet. Tune into the live show. We've got this live show at current. It's running 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which, you know, if you in the United States, it goes down 1 hour from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. So if you're in the central area, central time zone, it would be 10 a.m. It would be 9 a.m. If you're in Mountain, it would be 8. If you're on the Pacific, right there in California, that area, it would be 7. So I know that's kind of early, but of course, we apparently we have some viewers in other parts of the world, especially London. So this would probably be perfect timing for you. So I really just want to jump right into a restoration. Unfortunately, I have no questions. Apparently, everybody knows exactly what they're doing with Photoshop. So there are no questions. So therefore, I am going to just do a demonstration of, we'll start a restoration. Maybe we'll finish it at another show, but at least we'll get started right here. I have, from time to time, I get samples from customers, potential customers, and this happens to be an interesting shot. So the story behind this one is you have a grandmaster with his grandmaster in martial arts in the picture. So this is one of those pictures that compositionally and technically may not be up to par. But this is a case where you have, I would say this is what you have. It has great emotional and historical relevance. So if you could get an image of these two men together, that would have been nice, but you can't. So now we have one that was superimposed onto another. I believe both men are now no longer with us. So let's examine the picture. You know, before you jump in and start working on a picture, you should always check it out. And one of the best ways, just like with everything, you know, zoom in close. Take a look. We have what you call halftone dots. We have moire. We have what looks like might be proof dots or copyright dots. You know, these yellow dots are just so perfectly arranged. So it appears that this photo was actually put in a publication, and then it was printed. And then someone took the print and they made a copy photograph of it, scanned it, whatever, and reprinted it. So we're missing a lot of detail. We're missing a lot of tonal depth. This is a rough picture. Let's examine the channels. Unfortunately, you can't do this in Elements, but you can do it in Photoshop. And right now I'm using CS4, Photoshop CS4, because CS5 is just takes a lot of work for me, technically, because of issues with the version. So when I click on the blue channel, indeed we see the watermarks in here in the yellow. Basically, they're yellow dots. Okay, and you know, that will have to be dealt with. And we go to the green channel, and we go to the red. So both are pretty clean. I almost want to say, gee, I wish we could make a black and white out of this. So regarding the copyright, this kind of thing can be a problem. Okay, if you have a picture that's copyrighted, you're supposed to get the picture, the reprint, from the source, from the photographer, from the magazine, whatever it is. Unfortunately, we don't have any of that. Okay, and this picture goes back quite a few decades, and there's just no use. So customer says, look, I want you to fix this up for me. Now, I'm not sure if the customer is going to sell it, so all I can do is encourage the customer, please make sure that you get the copyright permissions, if you can find them. If you can't, well, it's kind of like you're stuck. You know, what do you do? In the worst case scenario, you at least have the picture, so you scan it and you preserve it from being degraded any further. All right. So let's just take a look again. I'd like to go into that blue channel and let's see what we can do with these dots. Go to the layers. Let's duplicate our background layer, and let us jump back to that blue channel. Now, one approach is, excuse me, is to convert it to lab. So let's go to mode, lab. We'll flatten it. I shouldn't have duplicated it first. Let's go to A. Let's go to B. Very good. All right. So let's grab the paintbrush tool. That's called the pencil tool. Let's change that. It's from the last time we were using it. Alright, so I take the eyedropper tool. Let's make sure that our sample size is good up here. It's 5 by 5. It's fine. We could do 3 by 3 average pixels, but this is fine. 5 by 5 is good. I kind of like 5 by 5. I prefer it. You know, it's more versatile. Definitely do not set it to point sample. Ugh, you'll never get the right color. You'll